What's the
Okay.
big deal, bro?
Hold on, I got this. Dude, you do realize that is marriage.
Exactly. Talk to him.
You just came up, okay? You just started doing well for yourself. Don't you want to see what else is out there? Don't you want to see what it would feel like to have money and hoes? Dog, you're tweaking.
You're too good for him. And I don't know why you're with him. And the same fucked up shit that he did to Karen, he's gonna do to you. Watch.
All right, Zatima fans. Now, kind of following up on the videos about the whole Ian thing and Angela's suggestion to meet up with him and things like that. You gotta wonder, I know we're only 4 episodes in, but do you think that Zach's friends and Fatima's friends will tear their relationship apart? Obviously no, based on what we see in the trailer for season 1. But I know this sounds like a weird comparison, and for once it's like, no, I'm not actually going to compare it to like the MCU or something, but it is Disney related. The way that Zach's friends are treating his new relationship and the way that Fatima's friends are treating the relationship, this gives me High School Musical 1 vibes. You know, the first one that came out in, what, 2006, I believe. Look, I was literally in high school when all 3 of them came out, because I graduated in 2009, and I know that 1 and 2 were like a year apart. Like, 1 came out one summer, the other one came out the next summer, and then, I think they were both summer releases. I know there were decons that came out at a certain point of the year, but yeah. Then the 3rd one came out in theaters, and it was huge. I mean, like, just incredible. Like what Frozen was back in the, mid 2010s. High School Musical was that in the late 2000s. And the whole premise of that movie were, you know, Troy and Gabriella wanting to be together, but they had certain cliques that their friends didn't want. Like for Gabriella, it was the whole thing of being, you know, the smart girl messing with a dumb jock, and then the jocks were like, don't mess around with the geeky girl. And then of course you had Sharpay, the theater chick, who wanted Troy for herself, so she would try to sabotage Gabriella. It was just, and then as the movie went on, both the nerds and the jocks and basically all of the, you know, different cliques of the school kind of work together to break the two apart because it stick to the status quo. It really reminds me of Zatima, for real. Look at the fact that Zach, his boys, mainly, and look, I'm kind of putting Bryce on the sideline right now, mainly because we know that he's feeling Zach in more ways than one, which will eventually lead to him getting punched in the face. So he's obviously happy for them, but at the same time, it's like, you know, he's trying to get with Zach too. So again, Bryce is off to the sideline. So on Zach's side, we're talking episode 1, Nathan and Tony, and then we're talking on Fatima's side, Belinda and Angela. So Nathan and Tony definitely don't want this for Zach. You know, the relationship is one thing, but the fact that he's quickly moving her in is another, after the whole Karen debacle, and the fact that you just got money, you need to live your life before, you know, you settle down. And I can see both sides of that. I mean, it's like some people saying that certain people, like they got engaged way too quick. But sometimes when you know you got a good thing, you know, when God provided that, the perfect man, the perfect woman, you lock it down. What Medea say? Clink, clink. So it is what it is. I mean, I follow Kev on Stage. I've been doing that for years now. From his internet comedy videos and podcasts and whatnot. And one of the common themes he talks about is how, you know what, me and Lissa, or Melissa, his wife, Miss Kev on Stage, they were like teenagers. He was 17 or something like that when they first met. And from there, Kevin knew back then, like, oh, she's the one. So, you know, I put in all my chips like back then, because I knew Melissa, she look, I did way better than I deserve with her, and I knew to cash in, or, you know, just, you know, like cash out, whatever. I put all my chips on her, and here we are, you know, years later, married, happy, kids, family, successful business and whatnot. We're doing good. So I knew. So I can't really give dating advice, you know, in the modern age, because I don't know about it. Like, you know, I kind of cashed in or cashed out back in my teen years when I knew Melissa was the one. So yeah, sometimes you just know. But yeah, I can agree that in terms of like, you know, the moving in and whatnot, with Zatima, it's kind of difficult because you got the fan base who loves them. Of course, I do too. But even I have to admit things are moving a bit too fast for me. If I were for Fatima, I'll be like, Zach, let's make it through the baby mama drama and all this other stuff first, and then I'll move in. Because, you know, let's make sure we kind of check those boxes off before I even pack my first box of the apartment. So let's do that, and then once we made it through those obstacles, then we can like truly move in together without any issue. But of course, the thing about it is that they really do stick with each other through thick and thin, and that's why, you know, fans really root for these two. But of course, their friends don't feel the same because, you know, who was it? Is it John B, right? They don't know about us. So that's basically what it is. You know, the friends have their feelings about it. You know, Belinda, Angela, oh, Zach, you know, you can do way better than him, specifically Belinda. And she's definitely the Sharpay of the situation. So if Zach is Troy Bolton, Fatima's Gabriella, then Belinda is definitely Sharpay. And I guess you could argue Angela is I forgot her name, but it was the smart chick that was Corbin Blue's love interest of the films. I know her name is Monique in real life, but I cannot remember her name in the High School Musical franchise. She was Gabriella's gal pal. That's basically who Angela is. And from there, you have the fact that, you know, Fatima, you deserve better than this, you know, Negro who's low down. He'll treat you like crap. But they don't know about everything Zach and Fatima have been through together. And it kind of goes back to Sistas, where, you know, the sister circle has all their opinions about Zach. And Andy is always taken aback by how Fatima talks about Zach. Like, wow, that doesn't sound like the Zach I know at all. Here we are yet again with a group of women who have their thoughts about who Zach was because they think that's who Zach is in the present. And of course, we know that's not the case. And most importantly, Fatima knows that. But, you know, as we move forward in the story, we have Tony taking the photo of Fatima and Ian in the coffee shop. And some fans are like, well, if Tony never met Fatima yet, how does he know what she looks like? I don't know. Maybe Zach shows him a picture. Maybe he looked her up online. I don't know. But regardless, here you go with the friends. Like, look, this is your out. This is your way to break up with her. Kick her to the curb. Just like when the guys on High School Musical recorded Troy saying how he doesn't care about the musical or Gabriella, only focus on the game. And they show that to Gabriella and it breaks her heart. And it's like, dude, the webcam was right in front of you. How did you not see it? But from there, we will see that Zach and Fatima will make it through anything together because despite the obstacles trying to pull them apart, I'm real, you're real, Zatima's real, and it is what it is. So will their friends come around? Well, Belinda is a non-factor at this point because obviously she tried to get Zach for herself, but it didn't work. Angela is supportive of Fatima, though you could argue, yo, the whole seeing Ian thing, I don't know. That doesn't sound like something a friend would say. And then, of course, the guys, they just want Zach to go back to his prowling days, even though Nathan... It's kind of funny because I feel like if nobody else, it's Nathan who wants Zach to be, you know, back to his old, you know, dogging days, only for the sake of him reliving his own glory days pre-marriage. But of course, we'll see how that winds up later on. So thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. And no, I did not make the High School Musical reference because Chris Warren, aka Hayden, was Zeke in that series. That did not pop into my head until just now when I'm like, oh, wait, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, Hayden was in High School Musical. No, he literally did not cross my mind. I just thought about the general premise of how Zach's friends and Fatima's friends have treated them in this relationship, and it definitely screams High School Musical. So, thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. I will catch you in the next one.